What's up, football family? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Show. I'm your host, P.O. Culture. It's week 15, everybody, aka a second round of the playoffs. So for those of you who are tuning in today, congratulations on making it to the second round. I'm in there with you myself. Pat on the back. But enough about me. This is completely about you and you winning your fantasy football championship. I told you at the beginning of the season, if you stick with your boy, I'd have you hooked up. And here we are once again. Most leagues, we're down to the final four, and these games are becoming more and more important. So I won't insult anyone's intelligence as far as the start and sit today, because if you've made it this far into your playoffs, you've pretty much got your start and sit on lock. What we're going to discuss today are those flex players, that third, fourth wide receiver position in deeper leagues, that third running back position, that flex position in deeper leagues. If you're up in the air about who to start in one of those scenarios, stick with your boy. I got you hooked up. All right. So we're going to go with our top three flex play starts for Week 15, starting with Mr. Jonathan Stewart, running back of the Carolina Panthers. Now, we know that Stewart has been MIA for most of the season, but kicked the dirt off his grave and made a reappearance the last 3 weeks, racking up over 320 yards and a touchdown. Now, this week he gets a favorable matchup against the Arizona Cardinals and their 30th ranked run defense. Bottom line, get him into your starting lineup. Now, if you're looking for another good flex play option, let's look across the field to the Arizona Cardinals running back, Tim Hightower. Now, last week, Hightower put up a career-high 148 yards rushing and a touchdown against Denver, and they used pretty much, meaning the Cardinals, used a ball control offense to get that victory. Now, the reason they did that is because they're down to their third-string quarterback, John Skelton, who will get his second career start again this week. With that being said, look for the Cardinals to employ the same game plan. You want to take the game out of your quarterback's hand as much as possible and pound the rock to your running back. Now, it also helps that they're playing against the Carolina Panthers offense, who will never be mistaken as the greatest show on turf. In fact, they rank dead last in the league in total offense. What that means for Hightower is that if you have a team that's struggling to move the ball themselves, you're in much better position for a run the ball, grind it out type of conservative game plan. That type of game plan definitely favors your running back, and in this case, it definitely favors Hightower. Get him into your lineup. Now, from the wide receiver position, you may want to get Kenny Britt into your lineup this week. As a matter of fact, you definitely want to get Kenny Britt into your lineup this week. Now, Britt came back last Thursday night from missing several weeks with a hamstring injury and looked like he hadn't lost a step. As a matter of fact, his run after the catch was in violent fashion, so much so that fighting for extra yards cost him a costly fumble that probably cost the Titans the game. But in any event, Britt gets an excellent matchup this week against the Houston Texans defense. He will be facing them for the first time this year, as well as a veteran quarterback, Kerry Collins of the Titans. As you know, both were out when Houston shut out the Titans 20-0 a few weeks ago, but both should make an impact again this week. Now, as we all know as well, that the Titans were struggling to get offensive touchdowns. They went 13-14 quarters without an offensive touchdown until Britt got back into the lineup, and they put up 28 points against the Colts last week. And now look for that to continue this week. And with Britt and with Collins back into the lineup, you're looking for the Texans secondary to resemble more of the last place secondary against the pass that they truly are than the secondary that posted a shutout and getting 3 interceptions. Now we move on to our homer alert. Now, if this is your first time watching, welcome and congratulations for making the playoffs. Our homer pick is that person that you play week in and week out because of who he is and where you drafted him. Whether it's first, second round, some third rounders, just because of the name value, regardless of the matchup or regardless if they've been struggling. So I like to highlight one of those players each week to be on alert. This week's participant will be Mr. Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Peterson, at last check, did say that he will be making his start on Monday night. But even if he does start, there are several homer alert flags all over the field. Number one, Peterson has already missed 2 days of practice with nagging injuries. Number two, Brett Favre is out. Number three, Tavares Jackson is out. And number four, and most importantly, the Chicago Bears and their second-ranked defense come to town looking to shut out the Minnesota Vikings and lock up the NFC North division. All of that together spells doom for Mr. Peterson. So be on alert. And if you have another matchup that has a lesser name but a greater upside, like a Stewart or like a Tim Hightower, you may want to make that swap and get him into your lineup. Now, this is no time to be conservative, and this is no time to be loyal. We're trying to get that championship ring for you. All right, so I'd like to wish each and every one of you good luck in the Week 15. I definitely hope to see each and every one of you back for the championship season finale next week. In closing, we always like to say that life is a sport, so always play to win. It's your boy PL. I'm out. God bless.